Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Way of Wade Shadow 6. Before we get started, if you all enjoy content just like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Wade Shadow 6 features like this multi-directional traction pattern. This particular colorway features a full translucent rubber outsole, or like semi-translucent, milky translucent, whatever you want to call it, right? And the traction on this shoe is actually really good. The Wade Shadow 6 features tough rubber, and it is really nice. Like, whether you're playing on a clean court or a dusty court, I would say the traction performance is actually pretty good. If you are playing on your clean courts, you're gonna have very good traction. You're gonna be able to stop on a dime. It is very nice. Even on dust, like, I would say this is still very good. Like, my courts have been extremely dusty lately because like cold weather, and maybe they're just like not cleaning it, and you know, so on and so forth. Obviously it's like a local gym court, right? So most of the times it's going to be pretty dirty anyways, but it's been really dirty. But I will say traction still pretty damn good. It does pick up dust, so you will have to wipe like every so often, but as long as you maintain your wipes, the traction is really good, which is surprising because I've just been like struggling for the most part in a bunch of other shoes that I've been playing in. And the Wade Shadow 6 is just, you know, it's been a shoe that's held up very well on those dustier courts. So yeah, traction performance on the Wade Shadow 6 is very good. Just make sure if you are playing on your dusty courts, you do a wipe every so often. So moving on to the cushion, the Wade Shadow 6 features a full-length boom midsole, and that boom is going to be like pretty much fully caged on the lateral side, whereas on the medial side, it is pretty exposed. And the boom in here is nice. Like, if you have played in any of the Wade shoes with full-length boom, you'll kind of know how this feels. I think this is a very good cushion setup for pretty much all players. For me personally, you know, I do like more responsive setups, but even though this isn't like the most responsive, I still felt very like quick and shifty in the shoe. You do get a good amount of impact protection in the heel. Even in the forefoot, you do get some impact protection as well. You get a little bit of bounce. Overall, I mean, it's just a great like cushion setup that pretty much is like a great balance in between, you know, that responsiveness and having that impact protection and the balance and just all that stuff. It's overall very comfortable, very fun to play in, and it's like honestly probably one of the best cushion setups out there, especially at this price, which is crazy. So yeah, I mean, full length boom, you can't ever go wrong with it. The cushion in this shoe is very nice. So moving on to the materials, the Wade Shadow 6, at least in this particular colorway, features like this. I don't even know what type of material this is, honestly. It feels like a textile that's like, I don't know, put on top of like some kind of fuse or something. I don't know. It's like kind of hard. Like, you can hear it, right? Like this, I just don't know what type of material this is. But, you know, in terms of the quality, obviously, like, I think it does feel like pretty plasticky, so it doesn't feel the best. But in terms of the performance, it does get the job done very well. I know in other colorways, they have like a textile material, and I think one colorway actually has leather. But this particular colorway, yeah, it has this material. I have no idea what it is. You do have like a fuse overlay around the toe box area for added durability, even though I think this material is pretty durable itself. It just pretty much continues into the entire shoe, except in the back, you do have like this synthetic leather or rubber type feeling material. I don't know what this is either. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, the materials in terms of the performance, it does get the job done very well. Moving towards the tongue, you do have like this open mesh tongue, and I wouldn't say this has like that much padding or anything, but you actually get these like, I don't even know, like these weird laces. They're like rope laces, but they have like indents in it, and it kind of has like this little wavy pattern. So it actually is a little bit of a pain when you like yank your laces, because it can get caught in between, like on these like little ropes right here where your laces are going through, or on this little piece of like leather right here that, like, you know, kind of holds the tongue in place. So it's kind of annoying sometimes. Sometimes it'll get stuck, sometimes it doesn't. But anyways, like, you know, if you do like to crank down your laces, I didn't really feel the laces digging into the top of my foot. So, I mean, you're going to be covered there as well. So yeah, overall, the material usage on this shoe, I mean, honestly, it's not bad. It could have been a lot better, but for the price, I'm not gonna complain. And in terms of the performance, it gets the job done very, very well. So moving on to the fit, I would say that the Wade Shadow 6 does run true to size. I went true to size and I felt pretty good. Maybe a slightly narrow up in the like forefoot area. You might feel a little bit of pressure depending on like how wide your foot is. And there is maybe just a slight amount of dead space up in the toe box area as well. I'm not sure if this is going to happen with like the other shoes that are made out of different materials, but in this particular pair, in my right shoe, when you do flex, the material kind of like bunches up right here. And sometimes this material will like fold in and like poke into your foot. It did get better over time, but I definitely noticed that did happen sometimes. And I wouldn't say it was like painful or anything. It was just more so annoying. But that is just something to mention about the fit of the shoe. Besides that though, I do think the overall fit was good. You do have like a half booty upper to give you as close of a one-to-one fit as possible. And yeah, I mean, I felt very snug besides obviously, you know, the slight amount of dead space up in the toe box area. So I think, you know, if you're a normal footer, narrow footer, or slightly wide footer, I think you all should go true to size. If you have really wide feet, you might want to go up a half size. Just remember though, that'll probably increase the dead space up in the toe box area a little bit. And I think depending on which colorway you get and the materials that it comes with, you might have that little annoyance where the material folds in and like kind of pokes into your foot. But overall, I will say that I think the fit in the Wade Shadow 6 was actually good. So moving on to the support, I personally didn't have any issues with the support in the shoe. You do have an internal heel counter. It does lock in your heel. You have like a decent amount of heel sculpting here as well. So yeah, I mean, my heel felt very contained. I didn't feel like slipping around or shifting around or anything like that. I didn't have any heel slippage, so you're gonna be perfectly fine there. When it comes to side movement on the footbed, you're gonna be covered there as well. I think the materials do a great job of making sure your foot is nice and planted, so you're not gonna be sliding around anywhere. As far as, you know, those hard lateral movements, you're gonna be covered there as well. This is a fairly wide base, and this doesn't really have like a true outrigger, but it's wide enough where I didn't have any issues of like instability on those hard lateral movements. And then when it comes to torsional rigidity and stability, you do have a full shank plate in here. And yeah, it runs pretty much the full way, and it is good. It's nice. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. You're not going to have any issues when it comes to that, any torsion or rigidity problems. So yeah, overall support in the Wade Shadow 6 was also very good. So the Wade Shadow 6 retails for $119, and for $119, I would say that is a very good price for a very, very good performer. You know, $119 is definitely like on the top end of like budget shoes, at least I would say so. And yeah, I mean, if you compare this to something like the Ja 2 or something like that, you know, this is way better. I think that this is a very, very good performer. There's a bunch of different colorways that come with like different materials. So, you know, the quality and the materials will differ depending on those colorways, and it might slightly affect the performance. But at least from, you know, this colorway, my experience in the shoe, it is very, very nice. Traction is good, the cushion's good, the material support and all that stuff, like it does the job very well. So yeah, $119, the Wade Shadow 6 is definitely a very, very good shoe. If you can get these on sale somehow, definitely go pick up a pair of these. But even if you can't, I would still highly recommend you all go pick up a pair. Super fun shoe. Very, very like moderately priced as well. So yeah, I think for $119, you're getting a very, very solid performer. And yeah, I enjoyed the Wade Shadow 6. If you all want to pick up a pair of these, I'll leave a link for you down in the description box below. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If y'all like this video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and please leave a comment, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me out. Check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.